is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am coming to you from the front seat of the Commons, and I'm on my way to the shop. This video, I don't know, I'm going to try to put it out on Wednesday. We'll see what's going on. It's going to be a little bit of a different video, as in, like, it's not going to be a whole lot of car stuff, I don't think. We'll see what we get into, but really, I'm going over here. I'm going to clean my little workspace up, maybe run a battery cable or two, and maybe run some wires from the headlights, for the headlights and the taillights. I'm not really sure what we're going to get into, but I figure I'd bring you guys along for the journey. Like I said, hopefully going out Wednesday, so if this is on Wednesday, that's cool. I made that work. If not, miss it by a day or two. But it is a brisk 33 right now. It's doing a little bit of that snow and stuff, and I'm currently following behind someone doing 50 and 55, and it's driving me absolutely nuts, but it is what it is. So anyways, that's what we got going on. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll pick this back up when we get to the shop. But yeah, we're gonna clean it up a little bit, get it reorganized, and maybe run some wires. We'll see, but figure it out when we get there. Like I said, thank you guys for tuning in, and yeah, I'll see you guys back at the shop. I feel the need to really preface, like, I don't know what this video is. At the moment, it's just garage cleanup. And I'm just cleaning up my space, and I'm losing stuff. Oh no, I'm gonna lose some stuff. Oh man. Alright, maybe I gotta put this down until I take the trash out. But like, I don't know what this video is. It's just a random video, so hope you're enjoying it. Alright, so garbage is taken out. Now, like I was trying to say earlier, I don't really know what this video is, but it's more like a vlog, damn near. But garbage is out, tools are put away. I don't know, let's see what else we can get into. Get back into the crack shack. Alright, so it's cleaned up as much as I really felt like doing. Got some tools put away, got some stuff vacuumed up, as you saw. Pretty much gonna be it. Where are we at? Well, ran out of propane, so I gotta get another propane tank. So we're currently without heat right now for the time being, which kind of sucks. Let's see, what did I want to do? Well, I had a few hours to come out here and do some stuff. Well, I was thinking about running the battery cable all the way up to that lug over there. So I'm thinking, all right, hold on. Battery box isn't really bolted down or really anything yet, but we got the positive that come out of the box and go to one side of the switch, the on-off switch, which is going to be here. So I guess the battery's going to be sitting here, and then negative has to go to the frame. I might have to make a new battery cable for that. I don't think that's long enough to get to the frame, but we'll see once I kind of peek around back there. But I was thinking maybe run the power all the way up for the time being. See if I couldn't get that accomplished. And honestly, I don't know if I'm going to be able to. One thing that is stopping me right now is I don't have any connectors. I do, but they're not in my truck. They're in the wife's car. So really not useful there at all. But probably what I can do is I can at least get the desired length that I want. And then from there, maybe I can kind of at least get it all ran together to like, okay, so the connector would go here in the car, and then have something ran up there. I was gonna do headlights and stuff. Probably still gonna try what we have. So we're running the blue car headlights because that one's damaged. Okay, so we don't have any plugs there. Oh, we got our plug here. Okay. Oh, I really got to figure out one of these. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into this, because is white with the blue wire power, or is it not? Black is more than likely ground. Not 100% sure what brown would be. But hey, if you guys know, let me know. Because one of those, kind of like the headlights situation, at least with the headlights, one of them is going to be high beam, one of them is going to be low beam, and then the other one's going to be ground, like for this. So this is for the headlight. So one of these is going to be high beam, one of these is going to be low beam, one of these is going to be ground. I'm really just kind of shooting for low beam at the moment. I just got to figure out which one that's going to be. So maybe I should look up a wiring diagram for that. More of the same here, because and then we do have our marker lights, which I'm not 100% sure I'm going to be having. I just don't know if I want to take the time and do that. Maybe that's called being lazy. No, that is exactly what that's called. That's called being lazy. So pretty much before I can really do that stuff, I'm going to, or like headlights, I guess I'm going to have to figure out what goes what does what? Which one's high beam, which one's low beam? At least back here, we got reverse, which is, wow, they're both black. Oh no, they're not both black. One's black and one's black and pink. Okay. So at least I know that. Why do I have more on this end than this side? Things that make you go, But over here, that goes to that. Bum, bum, ba-da, bum, ba-da, ba-da. Yeah, there's gonna be some figuring out here, like what ends go where. So I think while I do that, I think the first thing I'm gonna do is get at least power from the switch in the back all the way up to that lug up front, right there. So I think that is going to be the first thing I do, and then I'll be looking up some wiring diagrams and figuring out what wire does what. So then at least when I tie everything together and I go to turn headlights and taillights on, the right things come on. That'd be kind of ideal. So it's kind of what we got going on, all right? Okay, I'm going to get going on running this power from the back all over to the front, okay? All right, sounds good. All right, so you know how I said I was going to run the power wire all the way up to that lug? Yeah, no, it didn't happen. Instead, I started playing with the headlights as far as getting this one off. So getting the broken one off so I can put the good one on. I went looking at wire color. So I went and I wrote down the wire colors for the headlights, the blinkers, headlights, and then that blinker. I think that blinker, I'm going to use that one because I don't have the plug there, but I have the plug there, so I'm going to do that. And then I went to the and also the marker lights, and then I went back here where I cut them, and then wrote down those colors plus the marker light, and then on this side where I cut them, these colors plus the marker light. I cut them because this was going to be just like a drag car, not a street car. Really regretting that now. maybe should have just left the electronics in there. But you live and learn. So I went through. Why is this being weird? Why is this not focusing? Okay. So the headlights are black. Oh, this is not focusing again, and I don't like it. All right, headlights. So the headlights are green with a black stripe, black, red plus black stripe. The turn signals are white with a blue stripe, brown and black, or they are green with a white stripe, brown and black. The side markers are brown and black, and that's through the whole car. The back is green with an orange stripe, brown, black. The passenger side is orange with a blue stripe, brown, black. Reverse, black and pink, black. Now that I have all those written down, some of those are going to correlate with this. Hello. Some of these are going to correlate with this as far as blinkers and brake lights and stuff. So some of those are going to correlate with that. I'm doing this one-handed. What a mess of a video. Not prepared, just doing it. So those are going to correlate with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go home and I'm going to get on the old computer and I'm going to look up a wiring diagram for a Fairmont and hope that it's in here so that way I can write all of this down, figure out what all these go, and then I'm going to draw out a wiring diagram. So that way when I come back in here and I decide that I want to start running the headlights, taillights, turn signals, all that stuff, I have a wiring diagram that I can follow and yeah, make my life a lot easier. And then also write whatever colored wiring I am connecting to those and leave that somewhere so that way down the road, if there's ever a problem, I know that the whatever color, you know, I don't have a turn signal. I don't have my front right turn signal. Well, I know that I'm looking for the white and blue stripe, and that goes to whatever color I add to it. I'm building a wiring diagram pretty much is really just what I'm saying in a long-winded term. So I'm going to go home. I'm going to figure out what all these go to, and then I'm going to come back on here and let you guys know what I found out. All right? Cool. So I'm going to go home, figure all this out, and kind of do my wiring diagram, and then I'll update you guys once I get my wiring diagram done, and we can go from there. All right, guys, what's going on? We are home. It's the morning. It's before I head into work, but I did Google search a lot of these wiring diagrams, just trying to figure out what is supposed to do what, or like what goes where, and I was actually pretty successful in it. So I'm just going to run through these real quick. You guys saw all the colors, you know, green with a black stripe, red with a black stripe, you know, you saw that stuff. So I figured out what they do and where they're supposed to go and what does what. So that's pretty sweet. So we're going to go through that right now. And then at least you Fairmont people know as well. You know, if you have a Fairmont or honestly, I'd be willing to bet anything anything 70s or 80s Ford, I feel like they'd probably use the same wire color. I'm not sure, though. I don't know. Motor companies do weird things. So we're going to run through these real quick just so that way, you know, you guys know what you got as well. All right, starting with the headlights. You got green with a black stripe. That's going to be your high beams. You got red with a black stripe. That's going to be your low beams. Black is ground, obviously. For the turn signals, you have a white and blue stripe. That is going to be blinker. Brown is going to be parking lights, black ground. And then you could also have a green with a white stripe, and that's blinker as well. So with the Fairmonts, your blinkers are also your parking lights. So that's why that you have three wires there. You have your blinker power, you have your ground, and then you have your parking lights. Marker lights, they're just two, brown and black. Brown is power, black is ground. Rear, so this is going to be the rear driver's side. You have a green with an orange stripe. That's going to be your brake light and the blinker. Your brown is going to be your parking light or your running light, whatever you want to call it. And black is going to be ground. All right.
And with the rear, you have orange with a blue stripe. That is going to be your brake / blinker. Brown's going to be parking light. Black is ground. So there are a lot of consistencies. Brown being parking light, or, you know, brown being just power for parking lights and things like that, your marker lights. And then your reverse lights are pretty straightforward. There's only 2 wires on those. You have black with a pink stripe, that's going to be your power. Black, that's going to be your ground. So took a little bit just to find some wiring diagrams for Fairmont, but after I found them and kind of looked at them and obviously wrote it down how I did, to me this makes way more sense than just having a bunch of random wires that you don't really, you know what they do, like you know they go to light bulbs, but you don't know which light bulb does what. Or so this, that just breaks it down really easy for me, so that way when I start running wires, I know exactly what I'm looking for. But all right, I'm gonna end this video off here. Hope you guys have a great middle of the week. Happy Wednesday. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like, share, comment, subscribe as always, and I'll see you in the next one.